Hello. My name's Sam and you're watching my channel So Let's Sparkle with Sam. And today is my hashtag Friday Sews video. Oh, it feels like such a long time since Friday. And we're on Friday again. Well, we're not actually quite on Friday again. Today is Thursday. I'm filming this today because I've had a week off work and I go back to work tomorrow. Simon's had the week off as well and he's back to work today, which is Thursday, and I thought I would get my vlog filmed today so that tomorrow I can perhaps have an extra cuppa in bed before I need to get up and go to work rather than rush around doing my Friday sews. So I hope that's okay. You have bought me an extra cuppa tomorrow, which I will be forever grateful for. So yeah, it has been a week and a half. It seems to have gone by in a flash. So I left you last Friday talking about Simon's birthday that we'd had on the Thursday, and that we'd had a lovely day. And then, yeah, and then my our joint birthday celebrations kind of then started. And we popped off to, where did we go? I forgot where we went. We went to High Wycombe, which is not too far away from my sister's, but we decided not to stay at my sister's. We did go and visit my sister over the weekend, but we decided not to go and stay, and we stayed in a Premier Inn, and I met up with the lovely Mandy, Make It So Mandy, because we've been chatting a lot recently, and we found out that there was something quite special about our kind of birthday dynamic. So my birthday's on the 4th, and hers is on the 6th, and obviously Simon's is on the 1st and her husband Paul's on the 11th. So we're all February birthdays. So we thought it would be really nice to all get together and all go out together. And we went out for a meal and kind of celebrated birthdays. But it did feel extra special for me because it was kind of on my actual birthday that we went on the Sunday. So it just, yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, we just had a really lovely time, and it was so lovely I feel like I've known Mandy for years. It's funny that, isn't it, with sewing friends, but it was so nice to meet her properly in person and give her a cuddle, and yeah, and it was just really lovely. And obviously we had our Sirocco jumpsuit collaboration, so we were able to take some great photos. If you haven't seen them, then please I'll put the link down below to our Sirocco jumpsuit collaboration videos, mine and Mandy's, and you'll see we did a little catwalk styly of the Sisters of Stitchcraft. So yeah, that was fun. No, it was a really lovely weekend, but I did feel when I got back that I needed a little time of recovery because I don't think I'd stopped smiling all weekend, which was just brilliant. And the main reason that I didn't stop smiling is that everybody made me feel just so wonderful on my birthday. So we turned up on the Sunday, as I said, we got together on Saturday, we went out on Saturday night, stayed at the Premier Inn, and then Sunday we got up and went to the Southern Social with the lovely Sam, Sequin Girly Sam. It's like she's Sequin Girly Sam to me because, she's another Sam. and it was really lovely. And as we walked in our Siroccos, she was also wearing a Sirocco. So that was fab. And yeah, and it was just really lovely. And a lot of my friends were saying, oh, what are you going to do for your birthday? And I was like, going to sew. And they were like, oh, and I was like, no, I'm really looking forward to it. And I have to say, it was the absolute best way to celebrate my birthday. Had an absolutely wonderful time, and making it extra special was the lovely Julie from Julie Sews Her Own Clothes. If you don't watch her videos, you need to get yourself over to her channel because she is just so lovely and just so knowledgeable, and so lovely to watch. And she always has, with her mates, she always has kind of little funny stories of she kind of really brings you in and makes you kind of feel part of the journey, and I love that. And she's also an extra specially kind lady, because I turned up and bless her heart, she'd travelled a really long way to come to the Sewing Social, and she'd bought a cake. I think she knew it was mine and Mandy's birthday, so she bought a cake, and it was like decorated so beautifully. If you've seen my Instagram, I'll pop it up on there, and I'll pop a picture up here. And it was a sewing theme cake, and oh, I nearly cried when I saw it. Because I'm the cake maker in our family, and so I tend to make cakes for other people, and I don't often get a cake. So the fact I got a cake, yeah, I nearly made a fool of myself, but I didn't. I held it together, and it was really lovely, and the whole day was fabulous. So you'll want to know what I was sewing, because this is a sewing vlog, so get on with it, Sam. So what I took to sew was, I took 2 things to sew, and I got them both finished, which I was quite pleased about. Well, I got them both pretty much finished, as finished as I could. And it was the French Dart shift dress from Marvin Patterns in the lovely corduroy that I got in my So Hayley Jane box, and I'll pop a picture up. I haven't got a picture of me wearing it as yet. I've popped it on and it fits, and it's fabulous. But I'm going to wear it on Saturday, because I was away at the weekend for my birthday. This weekend my friends are taking me out for a meal, and so I thought I would wear it then. So I haven't wanted to kind of put it on and wear it, because I want to keep it for then. So you'll probably see a photograph on Instagram. If you don't follow me, then have a little look on there and you'll see a little picture of me pop up in my French Dart shift dress, with a matching handbag, because that's the other thing I made. So I made the Crossbody Bag, which was a pattern I got free from the Simply Sewing magazine. I thought I would show you, I've got quite a few things to show you, because I was a very lucky girl and I got lots of sewing related birthday gifts. So the first thing that I want to show you is something that I got through the post from a lovely friend of mine called Debs. And we first got to know each other when I first started Always Knitting and Sewing. And she is a lovely lady, and she messages me regularly, and we kind of keep in touch from WhatsApp groups and things, and every now and again she just sends me something through the post to make me smile. She's the sweetest, kindest lady, and she sent me these, and obviously she knows me quite well, but how cute are those? So I can feel some more leisure suits coming on with some fantastic little motifs, some space applique motifs on. So yeah, honestly, thanks Debs, it absolutely made my day. So lovely. So that was that. And then now this came in the post, but it was very clear that it was birthday, so I took this with me to the hotel, and I got a little card, and it says happy birthday to lovely you. And inside the parcel was some beautiful fabric. Now this was from the lovely Catherine, aka Soverton Makery, and if you watch me regularly, you would notice that last year me and Catherine went to Liberty together, and we had a look around all of the fabrics, and obviously we couldn't buy them all. The pocket did not allow, but we certainly had our eye on a few, and she'd clearly remembered one that I mooned over quite a lot. And in my parcel, she's such a generous lady, I got some of this, and it's a beautiful Liberty print, and it's Tana lawn, and it's the navy stars, which is just so me. So I've now got to think really carefully, and I'm not going to make any quick decisions about what I'm going to make with this, because I really want to make something really special, and I really want to have a think about it. I've got 1.5 meters So it is a fairly narrow fabric, but it's, you know, 1.5 meters is plenty for a top for me. So I'm going to have to think really carefully about what I'm going to make with it. Oh, look how well it matches my nails. So yes, so that was very exciting. And then while I was there, the lovely Mandy, it was actually a funny story. We came down for breakfast and we were both holding, because it was her birthday as well, that on the Tuesday, but I thought, well, we were together, I'd give her a present. And we were both holding Beyond the Pink Door subscription boxes that we'd wrapped the presents for each other up in, and so we both just exchanged a subscription box. So yeah. Does anyone else do that? I use my Beyond the Pink Door subscription boxes for everything. I use them for storage in my sewing room. I use them for wrapping up presents. You know, they're just fabulous. So yeah, we both came holding our boxes, and in mine were lots of lovely treats. So first one was this lovely notebook that says to-do list: get up, drink coffee, spend all day sewing. Now that should probably say tea, but that's me. And then yeah, it's just a nice lined notebook which will come in really handy. And then in a lovely little bag came this little sewing machine charm, and then on there it says, may your bobbin always be full. So that's very beautiful. And then again, because she knows me so well, I got this lovely Fat Quarter bundle, and I'll take it out of its bundle so you can see all of the fabrics: stars, planets, moons, rockets and moons and planets, and rocket ship suns. So yeah, how lovely. Now Mandy must have been psychic, because I have my space themed Fat Quarter bundles are dwindling fast, because I use them, you see. So I do have quite a big collection, but I had noticed that my, you know, it's going down, and I had on my window in my sewing space, I always have some strings of bunting, and I tend to kind of take down one and put another one up and kind of change it up season to season. When I last took it down, I had Union Jack bunting, so I popped that away, and I was like, oh, I must get my space bunting, and I can't find it anywhere. And I have a feeling that I made it, because I've made lots of bunting over the times, but this particular one that I was looking for, I think I might have gifted it. I might have kind of given it away. I had it up somewhere for a party or something. I think someone asked if they could keep it, and I said yes. So I need some more space bunting. So I'm going to use the pattern from Whitney Sews, and if you go on to whitneysews.com you can download it for free. And this is the template, and it's just basically a one seam bunting. So once you've cut your pattern piece out, you get a piece that looks like this, looks a bit like a doggy bandana, and then you sew it up, and it's just literally one seam. And then it can go on the bunting. So it's super duper quick. It's a real kind of quick and easy bunting. So yeah, I'm going to be using those to make some more bunting for my sewing room. So I'll probably just spend, you know, because I can just do that anytime. So yeah. And then every time I look at it in my sewing room, I'll think of Mandy, and I'll think of what a lovely weekend we had. So I thought that might be quite nice. So this one isn't a birthday present as such, unless we count birthday presents to ourselves, which of course we do. Now this came again, it came just before we were going to go away, and I knew what it was, so I said to Simon, I said, oh, I'm not going to open it, I'll take it with me because it'll be a nice surprise to open when I get there. And so I did. So I've got this little parcel here, and they are little labels, and I don't know whether you can see, whether I can kind of let it focus at all. And if it doesn't, I will pop a picture up so you can see it better. But it says, made during virtual sewing room. So I join the virtual sewing room as often as I can. They're a really lovely bunch there. Everyone's really friendly, and it's just a nice couple of hours, or you can do full day ones, but generally a couple of hours where you can sit, you can turn your cameras off if you want to, you can talk if you want to, you don't have to if you don't, you know, it's just so relaxed and chilled. But there is just such a wealth of knowledge in the room, and it's just so lovely. And of course everyone wants to talk sewing, and it's just great. So yeah, I bought some little labels, and I think there are some there's some more available to buy. So if I can find it, I will put the link down below if you want to go and get some. And what you're doing by buying them is supporting the virtual sewing room, because you don't pay to join, but they do obviously have a fee that they have to pay so that the Zoom calls can last longer than 45 minutes. They have a license that they have to pay, and the labels, the profits from the labels go towards that. So basically you're just supporting, you know, supporting the virtual sewing room to be able to be there for people that want to use it. So I think that's a nice thing to do. Again, another little birthday present to myself. Now this was because, of course, when you're out and about and you walk past a fabric shop, you can't not go in, can you? You just can't. And this is actually one it's a fabric shop that's quite close to me, and I have been there once before. It's in Warwick, but it is predominantly for quilters, so it's not really the fabrics that I would tend to buy, but you know, it was a fabric shop, so I went in, had a little look around, and one thing that I did notice that they had is they stock Gutermann threads, but the cotton, the 100% cotton ones, and I always find them quite difficult to get hold of, so I did stock up on some colours that I needed in the 100% cotton Gutermann thread. And I got this one in particular to go with they're just fat quarters, 2 fat quarters that I bought. And as you can see, colours go quite nicely together. And even though this is navy blue, I don't know whether you can see, but there is a star in it that is that kind of rusty colour. Now I don't know what I'll make with these. I did initially think that I might do my bunting with these, but I think the mixed bundle is much better idea. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to make some kind of tech cover. I need a new cover for my iPad, so I may make something for that. Or I might just keep hold of them and see if something special kind of comes to mind. But yeah, I just saw those and thought, that's gorgeous, have to have that. And I'm supporting a local business, so you know, had to be done. So the next few gifts were from my family. Now the first one was one that I did actually ask for. I'd sent them a link to the book. Now this book I've actually eyed up for quite a long time. We have it in the workshop at Carolyn Rose, and so I had managed to kind of look and see what was in it, so I knew it was something that I really wanted. I couldn't believe how cheap it was as well. I found it in quite a few different places. Again, I'll put the link below where I found it from, and I thought, for what you get with it, I thought it was a really, really good value book. And it is this one. Now it's been around for quite a long time, so a lot of you might know this, but I hadn't really, until I'd seen it in the workshop, I hadn't really heard of it. and it's by Wendy Ward, and it's Sewing with Knitted Fabrics, and it's a beginner's guide to sewing with knitted fabrics. But the reason that I bought this was not really for the beginner's guide, but it was for the kind of essential knit garments, because as you know, I love a pattern, but the things that I seem to be missing from my wardrobe are the very essential kind of basic things. And obviously I could buy a pattern for a jogging bottom, a pattern for a leisure pants, a pattern for a t-shirt, a pattern for a long sleeve cardigan, a pattern for a hoodie or whatever. All of it, if you buy 5 patterns, you're talking about £70. Whereas I've got this, and I don't know exactly how much my family paid for it, but I think when I saw it, it was something like 15. So absolute bargain. And I've already traced off the patterns that I want to make first. And last night in the virtual sewing room, I did actually make one of the patterns from it. Now, I haven't got them to show you because they are in the washing, because I put them on immediately and wore them as pajamas. and I did just slip them in the washing this morning, because this morning I decided that I needed to do all of my cleaning before I came on to my vlogging. So yeah, they needed to go in the wash. I didn't plan that very well, but yeah. So I will show you the pattern. I keep wanting to call them the Dirtwood trousers, and I don't know why, because that's not what they're called. And they're called the Dirt Went trousers, and that's them there. And they are such a simple construction, but they fit so beautifully, and they are so comfortable. As I said, I wore them for pajamas, but I made a kind of toile of them yesterday. That's why I always knew that they were going to be pajama bottoms, because I made them from some cotton jersey that I'd got from Pound Fabrics, and what I want to actually do is I want to make them with some nice Ponte fabric, Ponte Roma. I've got some Ponte Roma which I bought from Legend Fabrics. So Mandy she is a wealth of knowledge. She let me know about Legend Fabrics because it's not actually that far away from her home, and so she was telling me about different fabrics that they did, and so I did a little cheeky order, and I have to say I was a bit apprehensive, because when I had a look on the site I was like, these are really cheap. And I didn't want to buy cheap fabric. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and so, but I really trust Mandy. So I thought, right, I'll give it a go. And they were lovely. Well, I've ordered 4 different Pontes and I've washed them, and they all look really, really nice. I haven't made them into anything yet, but I will let you know. But yeah, so I've now got some Ponte that I can practice with. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to going through that book. Yeah, step by step. So the next gift that I got was a gift from Simon. Now again, this is something that I told him that I would like, and bless him. So the lovely Tamlin, First of Fabrics, and Sewn on the Time, she puts together some bag kits, and I saw, in fact, it was the lovely Catherine from Soer to Makery that as soon as she saw this particular kit, she sent it to me and said, you've got to get this. And so I immediately showed it to my husband, and I said to Simon, I'd really like this. And he was like, great. And then what we had to do was, because it hadn't gone live, and it was going live at a particular time. Now, I know these things, they tend to go quite quickly. So bless his heart, my beautiful Simon sat on the sofa with his iPad and his phone at exactly the right time, with the First for Fabrics website open, waiting patiently for my bag to become available to buy. And unfortunately, I think they had a bit of a, I think there was probably because there was lots and lots of people trying to buy the bag at the same time, but they had a few problems with their website, and he was so patient, and he had a few like false starts, but he sat there, bless him, and bought bought the bag for me. That is true love, isn't it? So yeah, and then when it arrived, obviously it arrived and he wrapped it up and put it in the car, and we took it away with us, and I didn't open it until my birthday. But it came with a lovely message, and apparently Tamlin was so pleased that Simon had bought it because, bless her heart, this made me feel really touched. Apparently she'd thought of me when she was putting the kits together. So I feel like, you know, it's a kit that's, you know, got a bit of sparkle. So I'm sure you're not surprised which one I went for. Ta-da! So yeah, so it's the Crescent tote bag kit. I've put all of the bits in the bag because I didn't want to lose anything, so I've popped it all inside here. So you get some lovely thread, you get the zips that you need, you get some lovely needles, and then you get this one. It's the Crescent tote bag, beautiful. And then this lovely, it's like a linen, it might even be linen, or it's certainly linen feel. And then this gorgeous, I mean, look at that. Can't get a better match than that, can you? And then the piece de resistance, I shouldn't do that, should I? Can't do accents. Is this gorgeous canvas fabric. Moons and stars. Well, it's just me, isn't it? It's just me all over. So, of course, yeah. So I'm hoping to get this made up quite soon. Maybe in the next week or so, but certainly before the end of March, because I would love to be able to take this to the Stitch Festival and, you know, prance around with my new bag, because, well, how lovely is that going to look? Oh yeah, you get a little label as well. Fabulous. Just fabulous. So thank you, Tamlin. Thank you so much for putting those kits together, because yeah, it's definitely a bit of me. And thank you, Simon, for being so patient with everything. So yeah, it was great. And then this is not sewing related, although it is something that will be living in my sewing room forever. I'll just pop that over there because that's something different. And this is also from Simon. Simon bought me a new lamp. So it's an angle poise lamp. So it's great for threading my overlocker, because you can actually, there's a light in the top and there's a light in the bottom, so you can turn it around so you can point it. And it is the Millennium Falcon. For those of you that don't know, this is Star Wars related. And it's, yeah, and I love Star Wars. So I have a new sewing lamp. As I said, not particularly sewing related, but it is, because it will enable me to see while I'm sewing. And then the last thing, and I promise you this is the last thing, because I've realised this video has gone on for over 30 minutes, and I do apologise. I will try and edit it down a little bit. The last thing was this. Now, as you all know, every now and again you get emails from different fabric companies. This is from the Sewing Box. And when it came up, when the picture flashed up, I just showed Simon. He said, "Oh, well, that's for you." So I bought it. And it is a kit to make this, which is a little round bag. And you get, you've guessed it, celestial fabrics. So yeah, I've now got a choice. I will have a choice of handbags. I mean, you know, can a girl have too many spacey handbags? I don't think so. I don't think that's true. I just don't think it's possible. So yeah, and again, you get everything in the kit you need to make that little bag. So yeah, so I'm going to be busy with my bag making, aren't I, for the next little while. I've still got lots of garments that I want to make, but I think I might have to have a bag making week maybe, and make my way through them. So yes. So that has been my week, and it's been a rather busy week. So my plans for next week are back to work, really. So I'm at work tomorrow. As I said, I'm at work tomorrow, and then we're going out Saturday night with some friends, and which would be lovely. And then next week I have got to get on with my pogo nip. So it's all cut out. All of the pieces are cut out for both the pogo nips. I just need to get them sewn up. So that is priority for next week. And then, yeah. And then I'll see what else has happened. Oh, my Marnie cardigan is all cut out and ready to sew as well. So I might get to sew that next week as well. But you never know. Something else might happen. So, yeah. That is what I've been up to. Oh, I forgot to show you. Honestly, sometimes I forget my own head. One thing that I did make in the virtual social last night was this. So I had this fabric from Simple Life Fabrics in my stash for quite a little while. And as you know, I'm trying to use that fabrics that were in my stash. And I was going through my stash hub and I was thinking, I love the fabric, but I just couldn't figure out when I would wear it and what I would use it for. I bought it, I think it was possibly a remnant, or it was certainly quite a small amount of fabric. And then I had a kind of idea that it's Valentine's Day coming up next week, and quite often we, kind of wear something Valentine's-y for work. So I made myself a heart jumper in this gorgeous, it is the most gorgeous fabric to work with. Now I will say about this fabric is that the selvage is massive. So instead of just wasting the fabric, I actually use the selvage for the inside of the collar. And then there's my little made in the virtual sewing room label. And in case you're wondering, this is the LB pullover, which is my pullover of choice at the moment because it is just so quick to make, and yeah, and it is really lovely. So yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that I'd even made that. So there you go. So yeah, next week is Valentine's. I hope you have a lovely week. Yeah, take care. Don't forget to sparkle. See you really soon. Bye for now.